tell us a little bit about the differences between, say, a Pro Stocker and a Factory X car, because there are some significant differences, aren't there?
Well, between, I mean, the Pro Stock car is, I don't know, I think they're close to 10 inches narrower than the Factory X car. The Factory X car is a dimensionally correct body. I mean, if you want to look and see, there's right sitting here behind me, there's
Uh-huh.
Factory Showdown in the Factory X car.
Got it.
Practically identical dimensionally side. So it's like, you're pushing a big brick through the air, because I think that was one of the downfalls of off the get-go, thinking the cars were going to go a lot faster than
Right.
they were. But it takes so much more power to push, those big turds through the air.
Right.
There's a reason they made pro stock cars the way they did, was because they were made to go 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
These cars are not made to go 200 miles an hour.
Right. Yeah. The Pro Stocks, they all stick them within a box. And if they fit within the box, the dimensions are sort of good, right? It's not like back in the day when you had, Novas against Camaros, against Vegas, against Pintos, and everything else out there.
Yeah, so the factory X cars with because they got to be still steel quarter panels, steel roof, steel rocker panels, and then everything else can be composite, but they still got to fit the dimensionally correct
Right.
sizing of the body. So that's what they still look like the real cars. So
Right.
you have to appreciate, because they're different completely animals. You're using the stock engine platform. So like the power plant in ours is the same power plant that was in the factory showdown cars, which still runs underneath stock Illuminator rules. So you
Wow.
use more than a factory lift cam. It's stock Illuminator rules. So
Wow.
go and work to massage those engines to get them to where they are now. It takes a good bit to keep them happy,
Right.
because they are. That's for sure. Finished the season with we had I think I did Reading, St. Louis, and Dallas, and we left the engine in the frame rails. And I was like, if I won the championship or not, I was like, my God, I feel like we finally got something accomplished, because we finally
Right.
like got to go and live, on that in that environment. So like that was like a win
Right.
in itself.
Wow.
We didn't have to start engines again. So
Unbelievable. Well, the weight is different, right? Aren't the engines, you were telling me, they're a little higher in the chassis and it's a little bit more difficult to drive? Tell me a little bit about that.
well, the engines are, I believe, I think off the top of my head, don't quote me, but I think they're like 10 inches farther forwards than a pro stock car.
Wow.
They're 4 to 6 inches higher. I forget exactly what the difference is in the crank height, because the factory X car has to run a conventional oil pan. Now in 26, you're allowed to go to a dry sump, but so the engine's a lot farther forwards and a lot higher than in a pro stock car. And then you run in a 10.5 tire,